And good morning. Back to our 5 a.m. discussion. So I have a story for you. I was eating my muffin today and it reminded me of a story back a couple years ago. So leaving the military, I went straight to the oil field. You know, that's what everybody goes to. That's what everybody goes to whenever make quick money, right? Well, so I did that. Got out of the military, went to work for Baker Hughes oil company. And I was working in a clean room, working electronics. And every Tuesday and Thursday we had a safety meeting. And the safety meetings go over, past infractions of safety issues, and then current topics of that week, and make sure no one, gets hurt. It was a good meeting. I liked it. Also, if you're late, you have to talk about a topic. So let's say it has to be like safety related or motivational, or just something that you want to talk about. Hey, this morning I drove into work and I saw this happen. Make sure we don't do that. Blah blah blah. Well, this one morning, one of our contractors that worked for us for inspections, he's always at the shop. He's always there with us, so we're pretty good friends with him. He comes in, drinking his coffee, eating his muffin, and he said, he walked in there, said, I got one. And he walks in late, and we're all like, ooh. He said, no worries, I got one. And he said, he asked everybody in the whole group, what is your name worth? And we all looked at him like, I got $28 on me, my dad did this, my mom did this. He's like, no. When you see me, what do you think of me? Like, what is my name worth to you? Like, when you say my name, what do you think of? And we all knew him, right? He's this loving, joking guy. He had this weird laugh. Just this weird thing that we loved him for. Like, we always, like, if we needed a laugh, we go to him, we talk about the corner, like, hey man, what's going on today? And he's, well, I got this story. He always had something to say. And that's what we value his name as. I value his name as that. Like, I really, if I need a laugh, I know where to go. And that's his value. That's what I value him as. So he asked us again, what is your name worth? And it's not to what you think it is. It's what other people value. That's the value, right? That's what people think of value. No different than the American dollar or a item you're trying to sell. It's only as valuable as somebody's worth paying for it. And it's no different than your name. It's only valued as what people think of it. So when people think of your name, what do they think of? Do they think of this, ignorant, guy that's always been mean and rude? Or do they think of this loving guy that's always, ready to do anything for you? Or the most knowledgeable, the go-to person? Or, is it something else? Is it somebody like, yeah, I don't want to associate myself around him? That's the value of name. Like, when you hear Donald Trump, what do you think of? No comments. When you hear, Oprah Winfrey, what do you think of? That's you already value their name, and people value your name. I don't care if it's your children, your wife, your husband, your coworkers, your subordinates below you, your grandparents. Everybody values your name in some way. What do they think of it as? When you go home, what do you hear? And that's something to think about. Like, once you realize that at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have left is the value of your name. It's not going to be how much money you have. It doesn't matter. People are rich all the time. People you probably work with are loaded, most likely. They're just rich. And you don't know. You don't care. What you care about is what they're saying, what they're doing, their actions. That's something to think about. And that should motivate you, right? That should be like I don't want people to view my name as somebody as like this. I want to be that go-to person. Or whatever you want to be, you have to let them think you're that. And I get it. Sometimes, you do try to do things a different way and they perceive it differently. Then change. If people are perceiving it, that is what they're thinking you as. That's what's going on. And maybe it's not them perceiving it wrong, it's maybe you're doing the wrong actions. So it's just things to think about, like, what is your name worth? I think it's a great topic to always bring in the workplace. I had this speech when I did mine. I wrote this little speech up, and I did have Abraham Lincoln quote. And I'll sum it up. The quote is, you can't fool everybody all the time, right? So eventually they'll shine through your true actions. And then that is true, like, there's no reason to lie about it by yourself. Just let it happen. Be yourself. And if yourself is the problem, then fix yourself. I'm going to try to limit these videos to right about, 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm about there. But I just want to bring a story up to the group and sit back and think, what do people really value name as? What is it worth to them?